In this video, I want to talk to you about a plan. So I've been reading Think and Grow Rich and some other books. And one of the things consistently I see in Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill is talking about you need a written plan. And a lot of people have a goal. They have a very specific goal and a timeline. They say, okay, I want to do this by December 31st, 2025. And so what I want you to think about is, I love a goal, right? I love a clear, specific goal in the present tense, beginning with I. I want you to think about today, though. Do you have a plan? So do you have a written plan? Do you have a journal, a notebook, something that every single day you have a plan, that you have a written plan in it? Maybe you have, what are you supposed to, you have, first of all, you have the steps, all the different things, you got to do, all the tasks, you got to do. You wrote them down first, just page of the page of the page, all the things you got to do. And then you just keep adding to it throughout the year. Okay, I forgot about this. I got to do this. I got to call this person. I got to buy this book. I got to attend this course. I got to go to this mastermind. I'm going to attend this conference. You're just writing down all the things you need to do. And so whenever you have something a goal that you're working towards, the easiest thing to do is to find somebody else who has done it and then do what they did. And so just start writing down all the things that they've done. And then, of course, if they've wrote a book on it or created a course or got a mastermind, you want to purchase those things and then go through them so you can see what they've done. And then write down. Most of us underestimate our own intelligence, right? We typically know 100, 200, 300 things that we can do to get to where we want to be. We doubt our own intelligence. So think about writing down every single thing in your journal that you need to do, on a notebook, a piece of paper. Write down all the things you need to do. Just make a list and then just keep adding to the list. And then this becomes your plan. What you do after you write down everything you need to do, then you go back and put it in order and say, okay, I got to do these things quarter one, these things quarter two, these three, so forth. You want to write them down in order. And then you want to break them down into smaller pieces. So you got, whatever your steps are, whatever your tasks, just write all the things that you need to do, to just do a brain dump. And then go back and rewrite the list in order. And then look at the list and say, okay, what are the things I can break down into smaller pieces? So you can, if you have 5 minutes, you can do something. You got 20 minutes, you can do something. If you got an hour, you can do something. If you're going to do deep work, you got 4 hours set aside to work on one particular thing. But the thing is, the reason why we don't accomplish our goals is because we don't have a written plan, and then we have the steps that we have to take are so big. It's overwhelming. We start and then we quit. We plan to do it, but we're so overwhelmed by whatever the step is that we have to take. So you want to make sure that you, when you're writing your goal, when you're writing your plan, that you have everything in order, and then all your goals, every step has many steps or many tasks. Break it down to smaller pieces so that when you have those pockets of time during the day where you have extra time, you can go and do those few things that are 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or whatever. But just make sure that you have a plan, that you're working from a plan. And I'm not saying you're going to do everything that's on the plan, but it's important that you have a plan, a written plan that you're working from every single day. You can say every single day, these are like 3 things that I got to do. These are 6 things I got to do. This is the number 1 thing I got to do today to be able to get to reach my goal. And so it's super important that you have this written on a piece of paper. And then you have your goal broken up into, I like the 12-week year. So it's 90 days. You're going to accomplish this one goal in 90 days. So then you have, okay, week 1, I have to do this. Week 2, these are my metrics. I have to have these things done every week in order to reach my goal at the end of the 12 weeks or the end of the 12 months, however you choose to do it. But then every month there's a metric, or there is a checkpoint. You're checking in to make sure you're proceeding like you're supposed to. You're meeting the goal, that you're meeting the mini goals. So every single week you're checking something. Every single day you have some things that you're checking off. Every single month, and it just kind of depends on what it is. If it's weight, it might be every single day you're writing down how many calories you're taking in, how much water you drink. Did you eat sugar? Did you work out? And then in the end of the week, it might be weighing in. It might be talking to an accountability partner. But you have these different metrics every single day, week, month, quarter, until you get to the end of the year. So if you don't check on yourself frequently, you'll be making mistakes, or you'll be on the wrong track and you won't know it until it's too late. So you want to have these different things in place to help yourself. So get your written plan. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Like I said, just start the brain dump, then put that brain dump in order, then break down the big goals or the mini goals into, tasks. And then in a smaller, you're just going to break it down to big chunks into something smaller. And then just work on, those small chunks whenever you get a chance. You have those pockets of time during the day. And then set aside time, schedule time in your calendar to work on your goal. If you don't, the time will never come. It'll always be something else going on. So make sure you have a written plan and that you're working from the written plan every single day. And then, find somebody who's already accomplished your goal and then do what they do. Just keep doing it over and over again, making tweaks as you see necessary, but keep doing what you see somebody successful already doing.